Here's our baby chickens. The red light kind of makes it a little difficult, I think, to be able to tell. We have a little thermometer in the back there. It says it's currently 94.5 degrees. We've got our heating lamps up here. We were starting off with a heating plate back when we had 4 chickens and 1 duck. Now we've got 5 chickens and 4 ducks. Now I've noticed I've been having a really difficult time getting an accurate read on the temperature for the chickens, because my chickens, no matter where I put that little thermostat, they love huddling up to that thing for some reason. Like, no matter where I put it. And I know that their coop is a little, or their brooder's a little messy right now. But I actually just cleaned this yesterday, and they've already made this much of a mess. That is the one thing I've been noticing. So, like, okay, the chickens here, they got a mess in their brooder, but it hasn't really been that bad. Besides, like, this little wet area over here is probably the worst of it all. But that's just because, they jump in and out of their water and everything. But the ducks, now what I've been noticing about ducks, now mind you, these are both about the same age, okay? One of the drastic things you can see, okay, you see the size of the baby chickens, and you see the size of my ducks. My ducks are like 3 times bigger than the baby chickens. The first day, our oldest chicken, which is actually, so you got the black one, then the yellow, and the black and the yellow. Well, this first yellow one was our first chicken. And for the first day, see, we were planning on chickens. We weren't planning on ducks. But when we went to Tractor Supply, and we seen that he was the only little duck left, and I don't know, we just fell in love with him and ended up coming home with a duck as well. So then we did some research and found out that ducks need to be with other ducks, chickens need to be with other chickens, and raising them together in the same brooder can present a challenge, because the ducks grow 3 times faster than chickens. So yeah, so that's been a challenge, and like trying to get the heat right for them every day, pretty much. And so, like, you can already see, we've been kind of using our bookshelf to make the hold the lamps. Yeah, we didn't really think that part all the way through, I guess, but we figured out something. Yeah, and again, we are first time chicken raisers and duck raisers, so. But duck, and the reason, now you might be wondering why they're at such different heights. Well, one, this heating lamp is actually smaller than this one, and 2, ducks, when they're, because of the rate that they grow and how fast they grow, you want to start off with it being around like 95 degrees, but every single day you're going to want to raise that lamp up a little bit, because their temperature, the temperature that they need for heat, drops by like 5 degrees for each week that they get older, according to the research I've done. The chickens, their temperature changes at a much slower rate. So, yeah. So that's what we've been doing lately. Raising baby ducks. and baby chickens. Now each one of the two yellow ones are actually two different breeds. One's some kind of golden, and the other one's a golden buff, or gold buff. And then the other two, I forget what kind of ducks they are. But those two are actually the ones that look, the two black and yellow ones. They're actually the same breed. Oh, they're stretching their legs. I love it when they do that. Oh, and this is probably one of the best things of being a duck owner, is when you get to watch them drink. It's very cute. Oh, and eat. And I put some little pieces of corn in there, some beans, string beans. They peck at it a little bit, eat it a little bit, but I don't really mess with it too much. Oh, and romaine lettuce. Give them romaine lettuce, as well as chicken feed. I try to give them a bunch of like little snacks periodically throughout the day, like just little bits. Make sure that they have a healthy diet, well-balanced diet, because sometimes the chicken feed for ducks, like the chicken feed in itself, is just not enough. So, and then my chickens, they mostly get feed, but I've also given them spaghetti noodles, Cheerios. Both the ducks and the chickens really like Cheerios. But yeah, so that's one thing that I do, is I give them lots of, like a good mixture of different foods, vegetables, and tomatoes. The chickens love the tomatoes. The ducks can't have tomatoes, from what I understand. But chickens can have tomatoes. You just want to like chop it up in like tiny little pieces for them. And and then they'll be very happy. One of the things I noticed right off the bat was my chickens were very quick to get to know my peep. I peep at the chickens. I quack for the ducks. When I have food, or I'm changing their water or whatever, I want them to understand that my peep or my quack is to be associated with a good thing. Now, what I noticed was that the chickens right away like got on to that, and we're like, oh, okay, every time Peeps puts his hand in there, a positive thing, a good thing for me is going to happen. Rather it be, giving them food, changing their water, or just making sure that it stays clean. I come back with the fresh clean water. And the chickens actually do like to be picked up most of the time. Sometimes I'll even catch them demanding to be picked up. So they tell you, when it comes to chickens, that one of the signs that something might be wrong or whatever is when they peep extremely loud. Like right now they're pretty quiet. Both the ducks and the chickens, they're peeping really quiet. But they do get loud. When something's wrong or they're upset or whatever, and come to find out, one of the things that could be wrong or that's upsetting them isn't necessarily that they're too hot or too cold, or or anything to do with food or water or them being sick or anything like that. Sometimes it's just simply that they want to be picked up. Now, my ducks, on the other hand, although they are beginning to associate my quacks with something positive, they don't really care for being picked up. They'll do it, they'll let you do it, but they're not going to make it easy. They're going to run. They act startled every time I put my hand in there. So yeah, like I can just show you. Let me show you guys the difference so far. Just standing up, they freak out sometimes. So here's the chickens. I'm gonna put my hand in and see if they start coming running up. Beep beep. See, one of them's already started running up. I better get something in my hand. Beep beep. Beep beep. Beep beep. See, they'll very quickly start eating right from my hand. They don't mind being picked up or handled or anything. Sometimes when I pick them up and love on them for a little bit, they'll actually make it very difficult for me to even get them out of my hand because they just want to stay in my hand. They also like to cozy up in my beard, but one of the things also that I've been noticing is with chickens, you've got to look out for pasty butt. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Little Miss Red here, that's her name. Little Miss Red. She seems to get a very severe case of pasty butt sometimes. When that happens, yeah, sometimes they jump right back in. When that happens, you just want to get like a paper towel or something and get it wet, and you're gonna want to gently rub that off and make sure that their chute stays open. Now you've seen my chickens. You know, they come running up when I peep and try to give them love or whatever. They really don't mind it so much. These guys are eating right now, but just watch the difference when I go to put my hand in with these guys. Well, they didn't freak out as bad that time, but they usually don't really want anything to do with me. Unless I'm just changing their water or changing their food or cleaning out their food, that's about it. It's the only time they ever seem to show any appreciation. But other than that, they don't like to be picked up or handled or anything like that. See? See if I can catch one. Oh, there we go. These guys are getting so big already. I mean, when we first got them, they were the same size as the chickens. And they're already a whole handful. Look at that. They do like to be pet on their head a little bit when I got them. One of the black ones absolutely hates being picked up. Like, no matter what I do, it won't quiet down or be as chill as this one's being right now. But I'm gonna put them back. But alrighty, well, hope you guys enjoy this video. Subscribe, hit that like button, share it. You know, I mean, these are challenging times, and you know, looking at the and taking care of the baby chickens and the baby ducks has definitely brightened my spirits. So maybe, I don't know, maybe just the sight of baby chickens and baby ducks and a cute, super cute sleeping service dog might just make their day. Thank y'all. Have a good one.